When you look down on the Earth's surface, it's impossible not to be impressed by the sheer grandeur, splendor, and power of the natural world. It's been 10 years since we explored these wonders in the first series of Planet Earth. And since then, much has changed. We can now show life on our planet in entirely new ways. Bring you closer to animals than ever before. And reveal new wildlife dramas for the very first time. But that is not all. The planet has changed too. Never have our wildernesses been as fragile and as precious as they are today. At this crucial time for the natural world, we will journey to every corner of the globe to explore the greatest treasures of our living planet. And reveal the extreme lengths animals go to survive. Finally, we will explore our cities to see how life is adapting to the newest habitat on Earth. This is Planet Earth 2.
Welcome to Planet Earth 2. My name's Matt Baines and I'll be helping Sir Attenborough over the course of this series. In his opening monologue, he introduced the shift into cities, the lengths that animals go to survive, and how life is adapting to these newest habitats. This episode brings me to an interesting natural environment in the Antipodes. Leafy yet urban, lapped by the harbour, and home to a diverse range of species and a unique ecosystem that nourishes and sustains creatures of varying intellects and all different shapes and sizes. Officially known as Street, to those native to the area, it is simply and affectionately the Boho. And today, we pause to consider and admire the oldest inhabitants of this ecological community. I have been studying their habits, their movements over the last few years, and I'm pleased to share previously unseen footage. Fiercely loyal and protective of their territory, this can be a daunting place for visitors. But I have earned the animals' trust and can now walk freely. Let's go and have a look. And here we are. As we move past a communal oasis, a circus of bizarre rituals, and at its peak, a cacophony of squawks, squeals, and squeaks, we enter a secluded valley. Traversing the terrain, we round a corner, past a putrid, pungent swampland, and into a quieter area of the chaparral. It is here that we will find our first specimen, the Andrew. inhabiting this environment for 3 years, and from the Ailuropoda melanoleuca, or giant panda species, the andrew came originally from China. An interesting creature. He's seen during the day, but is naturally nocturnal. This might explain the dazed, vacant look and lack of energy during daylight hours. In studying him closely, I've noticed a disregard for personal grooming, and recently the development of a bizarre straggly fur on the chin area, a possible sign of nature's maturity. He has a calculating, logical mind. This animal is a problem solver. His den is musty and unkempt, and yet there seems to be a method to his approach to life. From wildness, this large, docile creature has moved to a semblance of domestication. He's individual, yet happy to interact with other species, who seem to respect his idiosyncrasies and self-sufficiency. From what I have seen, he will move through life content, unique, and intriguing.
Leaving the warmer, darker, and more claustrophobic environ of the ravine below, we climb north. The climbs here are cooler and clearer. We move past collections of smaller, stranger-looking creatures, watering holes, and onto a light, airy ridge. We are on the hunt for two more beasts. First, the Sam.
Moving from a neighbouring habitat, the land of Perkins, where the young never stray far from the nest and are somewhat cosseted or indulged by the elders of the tribe. The Sam is an inquisitive creature from the Herpestidae or meerkat family, who has carefully and at times awkwardly tried to adapt to his new environment. Naturally, a more social beast than the andrew, the Sam has moved from a tendency to simultaneously ingratiate himself with the kings and queens of the street jungle to a position of independence and acceptance within his own level of the food chain, venturing far from the comfort zone of his urban dwellings to the outback of rural New South Wales. He is a particular critter, careful, twitching. He keeps his warren fastidiously tidy and organised, and is quick to emerge at any sign of activity, ears pricking up and keen to know the movements of everyone in the ecosystem. As he has moved through his life cycle here, certain characteristics have emerged. His fur colour changes as a way to attract mates, possibly. His growing, athletic strength has earned him approval from the tribe, as his amphibious nature makes him equally adept in water or on land. This fellow has come a long way. Emerging as the quiet, strong leader of this eccentric species is quite literally the Guy. The Guy is from the family of the Prionalurus bengalensis, or Tsushima leopard cat family. Originally from the land of the rising sun, this is a mature, highly adaptive and independent animal, somewhat of an endangered species around here. He's able to recognize and assimilate new calls and signs from native creatures and quickly become an important part of the ecosystem, adapting language and customs while remaining true to his essence. His flexible, resilient nature was tested with a period of enforced isolation recently. But it sees him at home on a variety of terrains. Land and sea, he's comfortable, but he's most happy on the snowy mountain plains. Athletic and agile, refined and preened. His coat of thick fur seems to change with the seasons. He undergoes a metamorphosis in length, plumage on top, and at times a strange orange hue, which seems to be more for personal affectation than to appeal to members of the opposite sex. As he contemplates migration back to his native Japan, he takes friends of all ages and species with him. A king. These creatures, colourful, individual and diverse, have graced the plains, the waterways and the woods of this region. They now make their way with creativity and confidence into our weird, wonderful world. It has been a privilege to watch them live, grow and thrive. Remember, in studying others, we study ourselves. And until next time on planet Earth, take care of yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you.